All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great race here. We are. Oh, and I don't have sound. That's great. We are in round four of Platinum class. Let me see if I can get the sound back here somehow. Oh, there we go. We've got the sound back. All right. So, yeah, we're back here for TCR Platinum class. We are in round four for Singapore. Thank you again for joining us. This is BLIN-MACHINE, and with me today I have JB13UK. Say hello to everyone.
Hello again. Yes, it's been a while since I've been on commentary for TCR, and I'm very happy to be back.
And it's great to have you back.
Yeah, so the first car that we have on commentary, at least on qualifying lap, is Xander. It's been a long time since I've been here. So what's happened this season then?
A lot has happened so far. It's been pretty exciting right now. Just to give you an idea on the standings, we've got the top 6 people within 24 points of each other, but to be really interesting here, it's Go-To Guy in first right now with 43 points. Dougie is actually matching him up with 43 points. They are exactly the same right now. Seafreeze right behind them with 42 points. So only 1 point behind. This has been extremely close so far. And then Breezy behind them in 4th place with 7 points behind with 36. So, I mean, this can go any way possible at any time. Xander behind them with 31 points, so only 12 points behind as well. And then we've got Talon in 6th place right now with 19 points. So only 24 points behind. Those main 6 people are pretty much locked in, so this race could change pretty much everything.
Well, this will be really interesting. So to let everyone know who is watching the stream, I have got the track map up on my screen so I can tell you who has stopped where, who has spanned where, who has crashed where, and I will laugh and joke and call them out as much as I can because I'm not too insane practice. That's the reason why I put on low. But Singapore, I mean, this is going to be really difficult, this track, isn't it? This is the longest race of the calendar.
Absolutely. We've got 31 laps. The overall length of every lap is 5 kilometers. So that is extremely long. And the other thing is a very technical. Oh, and we have Giant Johnson spinning off, and he just ghosted in time for, I think it was Doth to go through him there, but that's definitely not going to do well.
Black flag for Giant Alex Johnson.
Oh, that's, you see, well, as we were saying, anything can happen here in Singapore. It's a crazy track. We've seen many safety cars, VSCs, and everything else, but what I was saying there before, this is a very technical track. There's 23 corners. There's very sharp 90-degree corners all over the place. There's a couple of hairpins, so this is a crazy track.
We have Kurtzy, I think his name is, in the Toro, so he's getting really in the way of Duff Van Hoist. So Doff is not going to be enjoying that in the Alfa Sauber car. What can the number 13 car do? Oh, he stole my number. Jones is gone. Jones has crashed somewhere. Actually, he's in pit lane. Oh, he's reserving, isn't he? He can't race that. He can't qualify.
Oh no. Okay. So that's definitely
cutting turns 2 to let Doff through. That'd be a slap on the wrist if I was a steward, but I'm not. Because who wants to be a steward? Yeah,
that's definitely a hard job. So let's not do that. Let's just commentate for today, okay?
Leave it on a lap time in the Mercedes. That's why I was here. He was in a racing point. As I drink my tea.
Let's see if we have anybody right now on the fast lap here. I think Be Good.
Yeah, he's got a car in front of him. It's a Red Bull. I think that car hopefully should be powering up to start his lap time as well, so he doesn't get in the way. It looks like it's Dougie on the hard compound tyres actually as well. The only Red Bull in this race.
And Be Good comes around right now, and he goes 6th with a 137.7. So far, the fastest time right now is Go-To Guy with a 135.3 on the soft tire. And then right behind him, actually, really close, Breezy with 135.6 on a medium tire. So I think he's probably going to get an advantage if he's able to stay in a good position and qualifying on that tire.
drivers like Talent and Doff Van Hoist seem to be in a bit of trouble though if they're qualifying on the soft tyres. What is the strategy around here?
Well, the last time that I raced here last week, I mean, the intended strategy that we all wanted to go for was like a medium to hard, but there is also an opportunity to go soft, medium soft again, especially if you get a safety car at exactly the right time, somewhere towards the end of the race. I mean, that's gonna be absolutely best.
So anything can happen in this race, and it usually does here at Singapore. Now, big things to mention though, the pit lane. The pit lane is A, 37 miles an hour, so quite a slow pit lane. But B, also quite difficult to get into as well.
Yeah, definitely. There's a really sharp corner right before you come in, and then you do have to slow down for the pit limit. So, yeah, I've gotten a couple of penalties there before, so it's definitely a possibility.
Even exiting the pit lane, you really do brush against the wall. You can hit that wall and spin yourself around. You don't want to do that. Dougie Falcon's back in the pit lane after invalidating his lap time in the Red Bull. Just think though, here in TCR, we've still got another 2 years of having Red Bull Aston Martin. 4 racing points to it. Get ready for those jokes.
And
I just can't say it. I hate him. I hate his guts. Lawrence more than I hate Lance. Good. I don't like you.
yeah, you know, I'm Canadian and I am not a fan of Lance Stroll. Let's just put it that way.
I don't like Latifi either. So I'm not making myself many fans here.
We've got a red flag on the... Well, I mean, it looks like a red all over the place. I think that's just because does outlap and he's invalidated his outlap. So let's just stay on board with him here, or at least follow him around, because he's gonna go out for his fast lap right now. He's on a hard tire. He hasn't done any laps yet at all, so this is gonna be very interesting to see what he's gonna be able to put down here.
I roll in the Ferrari though, coming around the final corner. What can he do on this lap time? Flicking the car through the final corner, crossing the line. It's going to be a P8 time on the hard tyres, really pushing that Italian machine to the limits. And Kyochin is on his lap time in the Williams. I don't like that Williams compared to this one.
Well, he's coming into corner 7 right now. This is a very hard corner here. You kind of want to cut the chicane a little bit, and then you're coming into corner 8 even sharper than before. Really got to control your spin coming out of that corner, all your throttle. And then this one is a really quick one if you really get it right, and it kind of slingshots you onto this little straight, but Kyochin doesn't really get it fully perfect over there. He does come into this next little chicane really nicely. He's coming around the next corner. Right now he's going to be coming into corner 13, a really hard left, and then you're coming into a really long straight. Now right now he's got Fatal in front of him on an out lap or on a cooldown lap, so he moves out of the way. Coming in now into 14, really nice around there. Now he's got corner 15 and 16 coming up right now in really quick succession, and then he's gonna go under the bridge into corner 17, which is a really hard one and really easy to mess up. Oh, and he almost touches the wall. That was really close. Only a couple more corners to go now, coming around 20, 21, and then just couple more corners here. If he can... Oh no, he's gonna go into the pits. He's gonna board that one. And as you said there, it's really hard to get into the pits there. He almost completely didn't make it.
God, gravy, how close do you want to get to that wall of the exit? He understeered so close to that Tech Pro barrier. And as a guy that normally is found stood on one of those, they're not fun to hit.
Absolutely not.
So, Duff Van Hoist is on a lap time right now. Gone purple.
He does. He goes purple into the first sector, so let's follow him around. Let's see what he can do now. Really cutting that corner over there, and now coming under the bridge. Oh, he gets a little bit better, but really slow coming in, so that might hurt him a little bit there.
And going fast, it's a 34-3.
Oh, big spin, and he touches the wall.
Aerodynamic pass flying off the Alfa Sauber's wing. Crossing the line now, it's going to be fourth. Faster. but that may have really put damage to his time. Oh,
that was definitely
bad.
not nice towards the end there. Yeah, he could have been a little bit higher. He could have possibly gone maybe second after making a couple of mistakes there in the second sector as well. But yeah, very sad to see that.
C3 is crossing the line now. It's going to be a sixth place time. Really struggling with the not AlphaTauri this time. It is the Toro Rosso. AlphaTauri, AlphaTauri. What have you gone for?
So from what I heard, it's supposed to be AlphaTauri, but I'm not really sure. I think everybody's just gonna.
Sounds better.
Right? AlphaTauri.
I mean, I would have gone with AlphaTauri because of Alpha Centauri, which is a star. There we go, get my astronomical knowledge up. Alpha Centauri, which is a star. In God knows where. I would have gone for that, but yeah. AlphaTauri, yeah. Why, I don't know, it's white and pretty, but nobody really is. And I live just across the road from the next street next to me is called Sir Frank Williams Avenue, so I've sort of got to back the home team.
Alright, we're following Dougie around here. He's on a fast lap, but I'm not sure how he's doing because he's got that game glitch where it's just revving the engine really fast. So I think it's showing him invalidated because the whole track is now lit up red for him. So let's follow with somebody else here. Let's see who's on a fast lap right now. I think Be Good is coming around.
Finishing up the lap now in the Merc. What can he do? No DAS system in this car though. It's 7th.
That was not too bad for him. So let's see who else we've got. We got Talon just starting out a lap right now. Let's follow him around. Let's see what he can do. He's coming onto the big DRS straight right now, running pretty fast. Let's see how he's gonna do into the next couple of corners here. Cuts that corner really nicely, really hugs that inside corner as well, and then coming into here a little bit slow, but he's still controlling the throttle and getting a pretty good exit there as well. Let's see how he's gonna do here. He's coming into the end of the second sector in just a little bit here, hugging that curb really nicely. A little bit of the back stepping out there, but he's really hurrying up now. He's going purple in the second sector, so he can set something really fast here. Let's follow him around. Let's see what he can really do here.
Alpha Sauber looking for a good qualifying session here, currently 5th and 6th. Cam Talon, who had a drastic year in Toro Rosso last season. What can he do with the Italian Swiss squad? I refuse to call it Alfa Romeo, it is still Sauber to me. His teammate got it all wrong coming through this section last time. Talon showed him how it's done. The 91 car to include the final couple of corners now. Keep it pinned, and it's gonna be 6th.
Yeah, that was sort of surprising there. He was going quite quickly, but it was just not enough. Let's see if we've got anybody else. We've got Joe Breezy right now on an out lap.
iRoll is currently on a quick lap on the medium tyres, going 3 times faster in the first sector. He comes over the bridge now onto the second, what would be a DRS straight. Ferrari looking to not pin it in the wall like Brendan Hartley did. He didn't. What can iRoll do as he comes through?
A little bit of a lockup there, but he's got it. I think he might get a little bit better than where he's at right now, which is 9th. But I don't think he's going to be challenging with this time for anywhere higher than maybe 7th or so.
Let's find out. 94 going to cross the line. It's going to be 8th quickest.
Alright, so he is the quickest on the medium tire there, so at least he's got a little bit of an advantage there. But we do have a lot of people that are going to be starting the race on soft tires, and they're going out again right now on their out laps, trying to get the quickest lap right before the end of the session. I mean, what do you think? You think it's a smart move here, or should have everybody played it with the harder tires?
I think the smart move is split strategies, so you don't end up tripping over your teammate as much as you can. It'll be interesting to see what the racing will be. As a guy who has been away from these games for quite a while now, it'd be interesting to see what everyone could do. Obviously, two non-qualifiers in the form of Jones and Bam Bam, who I think are reserving tonight, and Giant Johnson Alex was disqualified kind of unfairly from the game.
Oh, what happened there? I wasn't really aware of that.
That was when he was after his fan, he was trying to get the car turned around and became disqualified with the wrong big guy.
Oh, and Joe Breezy is trying to go on the fast lap, but he's got, oh no, he had traffic in front of him, and that's his lap ruined.
It was Go-To Guy. No, was it Xander?
I think it was Xander. Let me just double check here.
No,
yeah, I think.
What car was it? McLaren. It was a Mercedes. It was Kev Bloke 66.
And now we've got Go-To Guy starting his quick lap now. Let's see what he can do here.
See, Joe Breezy is going to really not be happy there. He's been with the McLaren squad. He's cutting corners to get to make sure he finishes the lap. He's really not happy. No, he's bailing into pit lane. He'll be having a word with the steward saying he blocked me in probably words which cannot be broadcast.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit dirty there. It wasn't really dirty, but I mean, you know, you got to pay attention when people are on the fast lap. You got to get out of the way as much as you can. Do it as easily and safely as you can.
Well,
but
here's the thing. Well, was Kev on a fast lap himself? Because if he was on a fast lap himself, he's got no obligation to let him through.
Oh, and Kersey retires from the session. I think he just decided to retire.
Yeah, that was just a fan a choice of retirement there. But no, if he was on a lap as qualifying is now over, then he has no obligation to let him through, just because he's driving in the pound.
No, it looked like he was on a very, very slow lap. It didn't look like he was on a quick lap himself. But in the meantime, we've got Go-To Guy actually going purple to the first or to the second sector. So let's.
Van Hoy's second. So Goff jumping into second. What were you saying, Go-To Guy there?
Go-To Guy has, he went purple in the second sector, so right now he's coming around the last corner. Let's see what he can do here. He stays third.
Xander next car to cross the line. Where can he go? It's going to be second place for the Haas.
Very nice lap, 135.090.
I'm on board with Dougie Falcon. Slight lockup, and he comes under the bridge now. Can he make sure that he makes this corner? Every apex counts in the Red Bull. Every little moment, every slide, every lockup, he's got to control that car. He's got a few corners to go. He's hitting the wall if he's not careful. He just kisses it. Can he do what Verstappen couldn't do and get pole position here in Singapore? DRS is going to open. No ERS left. Is seventh.
Wow, so that was very, very nicely there, nicely done, but yeah, almost scraping the wall there. I'm not sure if he hit it or not, but that was so close.
D3's out of qualifying, is in P6, will be untroubled as he is the lead Toro Rosso. I've missed saying that word. Toro Rosso.
We've got Be Good coming around right now. I think he's going to be the last person to cross here. He stays in 10th place as well. So for now, as it looks, Breezy is still going to stay in pole position.
He will be, as qualifying has now finished.
It has. So let's roll through our qualifying results here. We've got Breezy in first place, Xander in second, Doth in third, Go-To Guy in fourth, Fatal in fifth. We've got Seafreeze in sixth. He's the quickest one on the medium tires. Dougie right behind him, and Kersey in seventh and eighth. They're also on the medium tires. We've got Talon in ninth on softs, and Be Good in 10th on softs as well, which is going to be really interesting because we've got a couple of split strategies here, as you said.
So outside of the top 10 with free tyre choice, we have Kev in P11, Iroll in P12, and Kyochin in P13, Bam Bam and Jones in P14 and P15, and then Alex, who did not get to set a lap time at all. And now,
let's get ready for formation lap.
See, this race was the first time I ever had a proper complaint as a driver. I did 3 league races before, and I got to Singapore years ago, back on the 2016 game. Here we go. I was so old, I was driving the Force India back then. And we got to the bridge in the race, and I went to overtake someone. They clipped me and spun me around.
Yeah.
And the commentator said, "Oh, that's poor. That's poor. He shouldn't have done that." And at that time, the league owner said, "No, there's nothing wrong with it because it was his girlfriend driving."
Oh no. Well, I mean, hopefully we don't have anything like that going on here today, but if you guys are just...
There was girlfriends racing.
Let us know if anybody's girlfriend is racing tonight, please.
I will be less than impressed.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, was it Sea Freeze's birthday today or yesterday?
Oh, I could not comment.
I think it might have been, so just in case, I'm gonna say happy belated or happy birthday to him, whichever one it might be.
Jones, damn you didn't give me the information again.
That's right. You know, he told us to look up and do some research before the race, but he didn't provide us with much.
He just kept sending me selfies of him in his Speedos again.
So yeah, I mean, if people are just joining us now, just a reminder, this is round 4 of Platinum Class, TCR. We are in Singapore. This is a crazy, crazy race. This is going to be extremely technical, and I think there's going to be at least a couple of safety cars, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, in the booth we've got BLIN-MACHINE, and we've got JB13 UK, and... yeah, we're getting ready for the formation lap here. So yeah, what are you expecting out of this race, JB?
Carnage.
Just absolute carnage.
Yeah. It's like Baku on steroids. So I'm more interested to see really how Sea Freeze takes this up. He was dominant at the start of last season. I think he won here last season, but he hasn't qualified so well, but then again, that has never always been the answer here at TCR. Qualifying is one thing, the race is very much different. Dougie Falcons always seems to be just behind Sea Freeze, never just in front.
Yeah, this race, anything can literally happen here. You never really know. And it's super hard to just stay focused around here because of the total length of the race and the technicality of every single lap. I also always have temperature problems in my tires here. I noticed that I actually have to lower my wing if I'm coming in for a tire change and going onto a harder tire because they just burn up, even like hard tires and mediums as well. So just so much to think about here. Fuel as well, because it's such a long race. I know a lot of people like to underfuel their car, but then you've got to run and lean in the corners and things like that. So just losing your focus and losing your concentration around here is definitely a huge factor for any driver as well.
I think the big question now is going to be, as we look on the track map, Joe Breezy, he's going to be losing control of his car in a minute as the AI will take over. He's going to have quite a lot of heat difference between him and Giant Johnson. I mean, the number 2 racing point. In fairness, he is being a little bit sneaky. In real life, he will be told to speed up on the formation lap. They all have to say within 10 seconds the car in front. He is just behind. Just under 10 seconds. Yeah, it's a bit poor.
Was it 10 seconds or was it 10 car lengths?
There's 10 car lengths, but there's also 10 seconds, I think, for the furthest car.
Okay.
So, in the league I used to run before I retired and became an ancient old man who gloats about too many things in Formula 1, bring back V12s! We had a guy who decided to be 15 seconds behind on the formation lap, and I was very, very upset. On commentary, I called him very, very long words. But nonetheless, let's hope that doesn't happen tonight. No, it won't happen tonight.
Alright, we've got the last couple of people lining up on the grid right now. I'm going to stay on board with Sea Freeze here. He's currently in 6th, and I think this is going to be a nice little position to watch the start of the race from. We've got 1 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights in Singapore, and we go racing for round 4 of Platinum Class.
It's a bad start for the back, actually, from the Renault. He's gotten right the way back, but Breezy's disappearing in front, and it seems that Dolph has had to cut turn 1. He's dropped behind Go-To Guy, and he's going to get under pressure from Sea Freeze now. Carl's battling centre toward the other flank. It's Giga Fever. His round is damage on the Mercedes, big damage on the car.
Oh my god, that was a really big spin there. He's got damage.
Big damage there. There's a Williams without a wing. There's Joff Van Hoist with no wing. And the Mercedes of Beagard who's struggling.
Crazy start.
Kyoshin's still racing with no front wing. Good grief, get out of the way.
Oh, and he almost touches the wall there too. And we've got, we've got just...
Johnson. He's up. He's alright right now, but Fable is putting pressure on him, and Joe Breezy has disappeared as predicted.
Well, we still got Xander right behind him. He's 0.8 of a second behind, but he is falling more and more. Go-To guy is currently in third right now. Seafreeze has moved up to fourth in that start, so that carnage sort of worked out. Oh my god, we've got somebody in the wall there. That's Kersey.
People on cold tyres, and they see Kyochin not being helpful at all for the drivers behind. If you have damage, get out the way.
Absolutely.
He's driving like he's got a front wing. For me, this is very silly. He's going for the overtake there on Bam Bam. That's really quite poor etiquette there. With a damaged car trying to overtake everyone. Bam Bam's getting out the way. See, that's how you're meant to do it in my eyes.
And we've got Fatal closing in right now on Giant Johnson. Let's see if he's gonna go for a move here. No, he sticks behind him, but the DRS zone is coming up really soon here. He's really close.
Drivers into pit lane, Curtsy, Iroh, Kyochin, Joff Van Hoist, Beagard, and Bam Bam into pit lane on the start of the race. Jones escaping all the damage from the back.
That's pretty crazy. 6 people we've got right now in the pits. And in the meantime, we've got Fatal moving up into 8th position after overtaking Giant Johnson. We've got Kev Berge is pretty much the closest person to anybody right now behind Dougie in 6th position. He's trying to close in on him right now. We still don't have DRS enabled, but we've got Sector 2. We've got a yellow flag. Who is that?
Jones.
That is Jones, and that's a big crash. I think this might bring out a safety car. Let's see. No.
He's still moving.
He's good to go. But he is having some trouble trying to make those corners there. In the meantime, we've got Giant Johnson closing back up.
That was the definition of the commentator's curse when we saying he done all right.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, nothing else that we can do about that one.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll get him back later. What do you think? Get retired. Johnson though getting closer and closer to the Williams in the Racing Point. The Silverstone-based team trying to challenge the Grove-based team. He's going to get close to riding up on that curve. Joe Breezy leads us away though with a gap of 2.2 seconds from Zandamar to Go-To Guy, and the Hasses with DRS enabled. Is it going to be the call from Gunther Steiner to say swap positions now between 34 and 43?
Well, we've got Seafreeze right behind him as well, and he's actually closing in. He's only 0.6 of a second behind him now, and now with the DRS, he might be able to close in a little bit more. Behind them, we've got Dougie and Kev Berge. He's actually closing in on Dougie. He was 0.7 of a second when they were coming into that last straight, and now he's 0.4. So, yeah, everybody's gonna try and close in on people in front of them now that the DRS is enabled, but this is such a hard track to drive around.
The McLaren crew are only just getting Jones serviced. He's going to be plumb dead last, and he is, for the number 45 car. So what can Kev do as he's looking at the back of Dougie? But what can Seafreeze do, because he is the closest one to be taking away the podium from the Canadian. There are 2 Canadians in the Haas team. What can we do as we're looking on board with Seafreeze? At least for me, I am. I forget I'm not streaming. This is very odd.
We've got Seafreeze here. He's only 0.3 of a second behind Go-To Guy. He's really staying close to him. I think that is the closest battle on track that we've got right now.
I see the car squirm there as he changed the fuel mixture at the last corner. DRS opening, he's going to pull to the inside line on the boost there as he looks to the inside line. He is through on Go-To Guy now. Next target, next victim is Zandamar. Different tyre compounds as well. Is this a sign that the soft tyres are starting to go a little bit off?
Well, let's see. They've done 4 laps so far, but I mean, I think those soft tires can still go for a little bit more.
We shall see indeed as we're focusing on different drivers here. G3 is looking the likely person to be able to challenge for the win tonight. As I said, qualifying is one thing, the race is very much another here in TCR.
In the meantime, we've got Kyochin closing in on iRoll. He's got the DRS on him as well. They're coming into the first corner right now. Still stays behind him in 12th position, but yeah, this is going to be a close one.
iRoll's car is so unstable under braking. You see the movement of the car there into turn 2. Now, riding it wide, lots of understeers that Ferrari struggles onto the straight. No DRS to assist him. Now Kyochin is going to look to the inside line. iRoll covers him off. Can Kyochin take it all the way around the outside? He's going for the dive, but he can't do it.
Yeah, that was pretty good defending from iRoll there. He did go a little bit wide after the corner, but still kept his position, so that was really, really nice there. We've got Kev Berge. He's pretty much staying. Oh, and in the meantime, Doth gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, but I was going to say that Kev Berge is trying to stay with Dougie here, but he keeps on falling between about 0.8 to 0.4 of a second. Seafreeze is in 3rd position right now and really trying to close in on Zandermar. He's only 0.4 of a second behind them, coming into the DRS corner right now.
Talon to pit lane, Alfa Romeo letting the driver come in early. The soft tyres are coming off that car, and coming on are the yellow medium tyres.
Alright, Seafreeze is closing in on Xander. He's got the DRS, he's gonna go around the outside here. They're coming into the corner, and he's stayed. Oh my goodness, this is so close. Seafreeze does move into the 2nd position, but he needs to leave space there for Zandermar right behind him, so he slides right back in, but that was really, really tight.
Huge respect there between the two drivers. Spencer knowing that he wasn't going to get that corner back, so he let Seafreeze go and said, right, I'll get him on the straight. Curtsy into pit lane again after a couple of laps. Is that damage on the Toro Rosso?
But now this is developing into a really interesting battle here for 4th, 5th, and 3rd. Oh my goodness, we've got Go-To Guy trying to close in on Xander right now as well. So they are only 0.3 of a second behind each other. Dougie behind them has managed to close in as well. They're super close to each other. The main, the positions 5, 4, and 3.
Kyochin trying to go around the outside of iRoll. There's going to be contact, but not careful, and he has shunted him off a little bit. Has the Canadian iRoll, and the American is through though, and the Alfa Romeo of Dot Van Hoist is going to try and get through as well. That was crazy racing there. Immense power there from Kyochin.
We've got a yellow flag.
It's Racing Point, I believe. That is Giant, and he's gone.
Yeah, he's retiring, and we've got Go-To Guy going into the pits right now. He almost misses the pit lane all completely.
I'm going to have a look now on board with Talon. The car is moving again, his car, so he's crashed. He's just had enough. So, Giant Johnson Alex throwing his toys at the pram and saying, right, I've had enough now.
Alright, we've got Dougie closing in on Zandermar right now as well. They're coming into the DRS zone right now. He's gonna go for the move around the outside here. They've got a really big gap, but they're gonna be close coming into here, and Dougie just jumps Zandermar right there, right into the corner, so he moves up into 2nd position. I don't think he pitted yet. No, he hasn't pitted yet, so he's in a pretty good position right now, as long as he can keep the space going.
This is a telltale sign that the soft tyres are well and truly past their sell-by date. It's time to put them in the bin and get some new tyres on, as we see drivers like Dot Van Hoist getting closer and closer to iRoll. So we see Seafreeze, Joe Breezy has pitted in all of this. He is currently 5th. So the race leader has pitted, and we're now waiting on to see the response for Seafreeze, who's currently leading.
Yeah, and Kev Berge is in 4th right now, Xander in 3rd, and Dougie in 2nd, and Seafreeze in 1st. Those 4 people are the only people.
To the outside line on iRoll. iRoll's going to force the Alpha wide, and Duff will know that iRoll is a harsh defender, one of the best defenders in TCR, also one of the most controversial defenders in TCR. So what can Duff do?
We've got somebody pitting. Xander is going to be pitting right now.
It makes sense, his tyres are absolutely swallowed. Get some new tyres on the Haas, see if he gets his speed up. I wonder if Gene Haas will try and hire this guy if he can do better than Grosjean. More developments lower down the field though. This battle between Iroll, Doffman and Hoist, Bam Bam and Be Good is getting heated. And the hotter it gets, the closer they get to Skjolchin. They're all slipstreaming each other to get closer to Skjolchin to say, right, come back here. Talon knows the fastest man on the track. With the Alfa Romeo, a 140.011. Nice front though, as we look at Doff, what can he do? He's getting closer. But I think Iroll get a better launch out the corner. Doff taking more curves. Be Good with a time penalty. DRS is going to open on Doff's car. He won't have it this time. He's going to wait for the next DRS zone. Oh, this is getting tasty, isn't it?
Should be pretty interesting here at the back. They're fighting for pretty much 10th and 9th and 11th possibly. So, yeah, fighting for the last points.
As my father would say, they're fighting for the wooden spoon, and Doff Van Horst wants that wooden spoon. He's going to the inside line, he's going to turn to the outside line for the corner. He's through though, the Ferrari has no answer, but he's ran wide, he's in the wall. Damage on Doff's car.
Oh, that went wrong really quick.
It is, and with the lack of steering, he's now got out of the way, and Bam Bam is through the number 14 car in the Renault. So Be Good Beaver has now found himself the next victim of Iroll's attack.
Alright, I'm following around Talon here. He's only 0.2 of a second behind Zandermar, so he's closing in on him really quickly. In the meantime, Kersey gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. And the top 3 people have not pitted yet. Seafreeze, Dougie, and Kev Berge are still going at it.
Yeah, don't need to yet. It won't be long though before we see them in the pit lane. And Talon's going to use all of the time he can get to try and get onto that podium, which is coming soon. Remember, these drivers in front still haven't stopped, and Zandermar is one of those drivers that was on the podium before pitting. Look at how much more grip Talon's got.
And just looking at the position changes here, Kev Berge, Dougie, and Seafreeze, they are all using this strategy to their advantage. They've moved up 8 and 5 and 5 positions each. So, I mean,
Talon to the outside line, which is also going to turn to the inside line. It's not going to happen. And Xander running him slightly wide. Nothing illegal there, but Talon is going to try and frighten Spencer. It isn't going to happen. Doff Van Horst back in the pit lane. No, Doff front wing and off for a new one. He's going to be lapped though. Oh no, he will not be lapped. He'll be overtaken though by Kersey. I do apologise. Jones, in fact, though, has been lapped, unfortunately, by C3s.
Xander stepping out the back there a little bit.
So, the number 34 car versus number 91 car. 2 Ferrari-powered cars, 2 of the cars not involved in the Ferrari scandal right now. Or didn't sign the Ferrari scandal letter. The other teams calling Ferrari liars, and the FIA saying that yes, we do protect Ferrari. Thanks, FIA. Get political roll up in here. Xander's got more grip through the corners.
Absolutely.
Everything that can. Is that down to the lack of downforce that Talon's unfortunately experiencing because he's so close to the rear end of the half?
So basically, you think he's getting dirty air?
Yeah.
Let's see if he can improve on that gap a little bit coming into the DRS zone here.
He can get him here, he just has to pick the right line, and he has to get to that inside line. He's not going to get him this side because Xander's too good on the brakes. Watch this, Xander's going to force him out wide. There's contact, there's even more contact. This time he body blocked him through, and Talon's saying, right, I had enough of you.
Oh, and he almost hits the wall.
Proper dive bomb there.
Oh no! They're both spun around, and now Xander has damage, Talon has damage. They just managed to get out of the way of Kyochin there coming around, I think it was, or was it fatal?
It was fatal, because he has retired himself from the race. So there is a Toro Rosso going slowly on track, and whose fault was that?
I don't think Xander is going to be happy about that one. Talon sort of went a little bit.
That was very questionable there, and in a way, Xander body blocked him into that sequence of corners. you could say that Talon shouldn't have dive bombed his way into that. Jones is out the race.
Jones retires in the pits.
Yeah, and that's going to seriously screw up Dunphy, who now gets deployed.
I'm just watching Be Good here. He's the only one who's really in the battle right now. He's closing in to eye roll, and then Bam Bam behind him is catching up as well.
Bam Bam, thank you, man. He is staying out of much trouble today. There's D20, just the 14 cars. Undermined pit lane. Jones leaving the session. So the Haas are having to go off strategy now. Only done 3 laps on those tyres. Let's get another set of medium tyres on with a new front wing for the 34.
And that's gonna drop him to 12th place right now. I think he's gonna come out in front of Doth.
Do you reckon the team has ever just put the other driver's front wing on just to screw with the FIA?
Well, I do remember.
77 on.
I do remember somebody a couple of seasons ago in testing pulling into the wrong pit lane, or to the wrong pit box.
Bam Bam to the outside line. He couldn't do it though. That's happened before many times. Jensen Button once, when he drove for McLaren, drove into the Red Bull pit lane. Less embarrassing than Lewis Hamilton, who drove when he, in his first year at Mercedes, drove into the McLaren pit lane. Pit box and went, oh, hold on, I don't live here anymore. Yeah,
well, just change my front wing, it should fit, right?
Leader into pit lane now. C3's in the pit lane. Kev Birdie is now our race leader in the 66 car. What can the Mercedes do as he pulls through the streets of Singapore? Bam Bam is looking the past.
Seafreeze is in the pits as well.
So what can the German get up? The German? The American get up to? He's going to stay in 3rd place. That's not bad to leapfrog Go-To Guy. They're close though on pit lane. They're close on exit. Go-To Guy gets him.
Meanwhile, Kersey has left the session, but I think he has been DNF'd for a couple of laps now.
So Kersey leaving the session, not at all surprising for the man in the Toro Rosso, unfortunately having a bad day in the AlphaTauri car. Go-To Guy though, putting pressure, having pressure pushed on him by C3s. I think 3-time champion now is C3s, correct me if I'm wrong, definitely 2-time, definitely last season champion. He won it within the first 5 minutes of racing. Go-To Guy, experienced driver, wanted to get the pressure off him. The only way to do that is to drive away from C3s, and that ain't gonna happen. C3s has got his hooks in you, and he's not gonna let go. Yeah,
he's staying very, very close to him, but he's trying to play it smart here. He's trying to not waste too much ERS, not waste too much gas, and just try and keep up with him until the right moment.
Won't be long now before the 22 car has an attempt. 12 laps gone, 31 on the clock though. So we're going to get close towards half-court distance soon. So I stretch out my bed. The quality 2 AM here in the UK.
Alright, let's follow Seafreeze here. He's gonna try and attack here on this DRS straight, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. The understeer as the car loses front end grip. And now DRS is going to open though as we look at the Toro Rosso to the inside line on the Haas. The Haas is not giving it up though, but Go-To Guy knows he has to because Seafreeze has a better line into that corner.
That was a really nice overtake, very clean, and these guys are definitely great drivers.
Bam Bam into pit lane. Zandamar going fastest in P11. He's got unfinished business and he knows who his target is tonight. His target is now going to be beating Talon with whatever he's got. He's not that far away from Talon. On track, he's miles away, but think he's on fresh tyres and Talon's not. Could be fun.
Yeah, and again, anything could still happen in this race. People, you know, like Jones and Kersey just sort of had moments here as well today. So Giant had a crash, so anything could really happen at any time.
I've got a message from Jones. He's put, embarrassing effort by me at Bam Bam, so messaging Bam Bam. Whatever happened at turn 1, up ahead, can't wait, whatever happened at turn 1, can't wait to see the replay. So this will be interesting to see. Something must have happened in turn 1 to cause a collision between Bam Bam and Jones as Kev Burgess finally comes to the pit lane and onto another set of hard tyres. So drama spinning out, be good with a time penalty in the other Mercedes.
And we've got Kyochin in the pit as well.
And Seafreeze is not getting away from go-to guys.
Well, they're staying relatively close, but I think Seafreeze still has a little bit of better pace and better grip around here.
He definitely has. I think Dusty Falcons is going to be thinking, right, time for me to try and get close as well. He's not miles away from them. 3 seconds. If he suits up battling, then that 3 seconds is going to quickly change.
Oh, and go-to guy now falls out of 1 second gap. He almost touched the wall there as well, understeering massively. So that's gonna hurt his overall pace now that he's outside of that 1 second DRS.
Doff Van Hoyst with another time penalty there in the Alpha Sauber. Here you see Bam Bam and Doff very close together. In the DRS, Doff going round the outside there, and Bam Bam having to concede, but he's not going to give it up so easy. The Renault E-Check car is going to try and go round the outside. And he is through. That's how you do it, Grosjean, not how you did it on Russell. You took him out unfairly.
That was definitely much cleaner than that.
Much cleaner than Talon and Zandamar as well.
Alright, and now go-to guy has fallen out of 2 seconds behind Seafreeze. So, just like you said, Seafreeze wasn't getting away, and now he is.
It's down to the tyres as well, isn't it? His tyres are really starting to go off. Go-to guy.
Yeah, I mean, they've only been on them for a little bit here. I'm looking at it. Go-to guy has been on his hards for 8 laps. Seafreeze has been on them for 3 laps. So yeah, he definitely has an advantage there. Dougie, 4 laps. Fatal, 8 laps on mediums. So I'm guessing he's probably going to be coming in for another one.
You want to see the effects of dirt, yeah. Look at Doff Van Hoyst and Bam Bam for the battle for 12th. He is skating all over the track here in the Alfa Romeo because he's really struggling to stay with Bam Bam. He's pushing the car beyond its limit and turning it into a Mercedes if he can. But he's struggling, really is struggling. You see Bam Bam slightly, I think, rear locking there as he's going to get the car moving. And this will be a dive bomb and a half. Reminiscent of Daniel Ricciardo if he can do it, but he cannot do it.
And he goes a little bit wide at the exit there. Oh, and actually Bam Bam has touched the wall. I just saw a little bit of carbon fiber flying off there.
Go-to guy into pit lane, allowing Dougie Falcons through to release the Falcon. The English Falcon going to get moving. Yes, Bam Bam is missing an M plate on the side of the Renault car.
Yeah, and other than these two, we don't really have anybody very close. Oh, and Bam Bam lets him through.
Yeah, he knows that damage is going to be detrimental, so he has to pit. And Zandamar is now close to being a fever, wanting to climb further up to the points to get past his rival, that is Talon tonight. After that early collision, that glowing Haas in the darkness, the black and gold car. And B-Good's in trouble. Something's wrong with that car. He cannot get the car stopped. I think his tyres are either overheating or they are absolutely cream cracker knackered. We'll see what happens. And look, he's going through. There is damage on the front wing, I believe, there. And yeah, he's letting him through because he cannot control the car at high speed.
And he is through now.
Really struggling there is Be Good. That's damage. And Gyelchen retires in the pit lane.
I think he's had enough as well. Doth is getting pretty close to getting disqualified here.
Nah, he's still got time to go. He'll be okay.
Alright, so
right.
we don't really have any close battles on track right now. Be Good is behind Zandermeyer by 2 seconds. Up at the front, Joe Breezy's just completely running away with this one so far. He's 11, almost 12 seconds clear of Seafreeze behind him in second. Dougie is now in third behind him. And he
sat here watching, just watch the miracle that is Joe Breezy driving. He drives with such care and just, it's almost like a dance for him. He doesn't mind. He's like a ballerina dancing across the curbs. Do you think that'll get me enough to get to play in McLaren next season? So Be Good TV in the pit lane. This will be a longer stop now due to the damage on the front wing. Nuno's pity for the 28 car. No, not Brendan Hartley. He used to drive a blue car, not a silver one. And off he goes. Long stop. Very long stop there.
Yeah, I'm just following Joe Breezy around, and just like you said, he's very, very clean. He gets the same line pretty much every single time. Really nice driving from him.
He doesn't need to worry right now, does he? Just had the same seat, had the same helmet for a few seasons, had the same everything since he joined McLaren. He joined McLaren late season. Yeah, season. Where are we? Season 9? Are we in season 9 now? I believe we are. Here we go. Testing my knowledge now.
Don't ask me,
okay,
I'm a rookie in this league.
We're in season 9 now. He was in Red Bull back in season 7, and I believe he joined McLaren alongside Jones last season. So he's solidified himself as part of the McLaren team. Zandermeyer is close to Iroh. Go to guys the fastest man on track in P7. DRS opened on Zandermeyer's car. He wants to clear Iroh as quickly as possible. Iroh has done 15 laps on those tyres. Those tyres are going to be absolutely knackered soon.
Yeah, I think people like Fatal and Iroh are probably going to have to pit. Definitely another time Talon as well. He's done 12 laps on those medium tires. So those are not going to be happy tires at all. Zandermeyer is really closing in on Iroh now. He's going to go to the outside line.
Iroh doesn't care though. Iroh doesn't care whether it's on used rubber or whether he's driving a push bike. He's still going to cut him off as quickly as possible. The Ferrari there, lights ablaze as the energy starts recovering into the engine management system. And we'll see what happens. 18 laps gone, 31 on the clock. You do the maths. Xander's going to try. Oh, I see. I thought he might try it there.
Oh, a little bit of a touch.
No, that's a bump draft. That's the hello, I'm here. So Xander, what can he do there? Go-To guy is also challenging a car. He's challenging Talon. Not so sure it happened there and an Alpha together. Something happens as Talon pulls into pit lane though. We won't get that glorious battle. But Iroh is currently going to be Talon's best friend.
Let's see if he can get him into this DRS zone, but no, Iroh gets a way better exit out of there. Xander goes a little bit tail happy.
You saw the struggle then. That's the effect of dirty air. He's so close to him, the slipstream is there, but he has no downforce to the front end. That's why he's being pushed out wide every 30 seconds. This car's really struggling. The Haas has no grip. That's why I won per stream.
Well, they're coming back onto the DRS front now, so he's gonna have the best shot that he has around this lap. He goes around the outside, goes into the inside now, and he's through.
Got him now. He's got to cover the inside line here because Irol's going to try it, but he backs off the Canadian, not willing to take out the other Canadian now.
Let's see who else.
Lap 19 has begun. Joe Breezy leads by 11.1 seconds, 11.0 seconds from C3's. C3's, the gap is not really changing, but I think Joe Breezy will have to come into pits one more time in this race on 2-stop checkers. We'll see what happens on. But it won't be long until things start to develop in this race.
And we've got Kev Berge in the Fatal in the pits right now. And Kev Berge goes into 4th place. I think he might be able to go until the end here. He's only done 6 laps on those hard tires.
Very possible, as the man in the Williams with the pink helmet, pink and yellow helmet. That's a style choice, that is. Pink and yellow. What's pink and yellow in America? It sounds like a pimp's car from like Compton or something, doesn't it?
The 1980s, yeah, in Brooklyn.
True, Brooklyn, yeah. The pink and yellow Williams Club. A strip joint. Watch there actually be somewhere called Pink and Yellow and be a strip joint.
Oh god.
I don't think I have one local to me. That's depressing. So, Irol, he's going to definitely be in the pit lane soon. 17 laps on these tyres. I think he's going to be driving on the rims soon. Much like Sebastian Vettel often does after he spins too many times.
What do you think Joe Breezy is gonna do here? He's done 14 laps right now on hard tires. He's got 11 laps to go.
If he pits, he'll drop behind C3's. But if there's a late safety car, he's definitely in the prime position to have the freshest tyres. But I think Joe Breezy will sort of stick it out and see how fast C3's is at the end.
Yeah, and Fatal actually only dropped 2 positions there in his pit stop. He's got brand new medium tires right now, so he's in a pretty good position. He's got fresher tires that even go-to guy in front of him. So yeah, this could turn anywhere. Irol gets a 3-second penalty.
Bam Bam was ghosted for a moment there, so whether he wasn't in control of the car, I don't know, but he's getting DRS off Dougie Falcon, so he's getting pulled along by the Red Bull in front. So I think he's ghosting just because he's getting closer and closer to Dougie. So it's 2 yellow flags. It's a oh goodness, is that? No, Joe Breezy went slow.
Xander is in the pits.
It was the Mercedes. It was the Mercedes of Be Good Fever. I think there's damage. There is damage on Be Good. More damage in the Mercedes. More woes for the Mercedes team. As Xander pits, he's going to be on the fresher tyres, and he's really challenging, guess who? Talon. We've seen these 2 races before.
Was this a strategic stop?
See, Xander sat there thinking, oh, you're now behind Talon. Oh, great, let's play. It's between both Alphas, so anything can happen here. And the Alpha team might be, Dolph, can you speed up and really mess with Xander, please?
I was just gonna say.
Multi-attack Xander 21. Oh, you know, there's a whole generation of F1 fans that don't know the glory that was Multi-21.
I was actually just watching today the Fernando is faster than you.
Oh god, my dad that year made for Christmas, he made his own tags for the Christmas cards. No, for the Christmas presents, and he had Santa is faster than you on one of them. I was like, oh, I remembered that as soon as I read that. I thought, oh god, that was so long ago. I think that year I got a giant X-Wing from Star Wars for Christmas. Maybe something from Doctor Who. Oh, 10 years ago. Oh, I'm old. I'm decrepit, I'm falling apart. How did Jones live like this? So, 11 laps remain of this track, and C3's seems not to be bothering Joe Breezy right now.
But they have a 5-lap difference in their tire wear. So, I mean, if Seafreeze wants to really, really risk it for the chocolate biscuit, he might push it until the very, very end. Just like Bergie as well. I mean, Kev Bergie has only done 8 laps on his hard tires. So, I'm actually following Joe Breezy around to see, you know, how long he's going to push these tires before he comes into the pits. But at that, pretty much at that point, this race could turn anywhere.
You know, you mentioning chocolate biscuits now got me thinking about what biscuits I've got in the house.
Oh god.
I got some
Sorry.
biscuits from IKEA as well.
We still got 10
well.
laps to go, and then you can go munch.
Dude, it's 20 past 2 in the morning.
I completely forgot.
I've got chicken on the table I can eat if I get hungry.
Well, a late night munch, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'm normally up at this time, I work nights. So, what? Bam Bam really isn't leaving Dougie and Falco alone. This will give Dougie a bit of anxiety. He is quicker than him right now, isn't he?
Yeah, but I know this from experience. Once you pass a car and you underlap yourself, it starts giving you the blue flags right away, and then if you don't give way, then you get a penalty. It's completely ridiculous system.
He's got to be fast enough to get through, and that's the thing. If you're able to overtake, and I've seen this plenty of times when I've been on track, in real life as well, you have to be fast enough to overtake and then stay in front. You can't just overtake because you're quicker. You got to be able to stay there. Xander Marks the fastest man on the track. He used to be closing in on guess who soon? Talon. He's still got quite a gap.
Yeah, it's 7.5 seconds. So yeah, he might be able to close in right before the end of the race.
This is going to end in tears. I mean, just these two, Dougie Falcons and Bam Bam. As soon as Bam Bam gets in front, he will not be ghosted anymore. So, what does the Renault do? Is he going to stick behind him and start heating his tyres up, or is he going to try and get past him? Is he going to be Esteban Ocon? Is he going to take out the driver in front? It is a Red Bull in front, and it is a Renault, so this could happen again.
Well, let's see what happens here. I mean, this has been super exciting so far. We've had some spins. We've had people touching walls. Kev Bergie just gets another 3-second time penalty right now as well. So that kind of hinders down his final result and his advantage that he's currently having with those tires. Seafreeze is still, yeah, as I said before, he's only done 12 laps on those tires, so he could still go until the end of the race here.
I think Joe Breeze is going to the end as well. It's a point now where you're thinking, okay, you'll have to pit if you want to go for the next tyres now to actually make the most of them. But you're going to be getting close now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he goes for softs right now, he's going to have to do only about 7 laps on them, 6 or 7 laps. And he's going to come out, I think, in 4th. Or maybe 3rd, and then Kev Bergie behind him is going to have a penalty, so I mean, it's a big risk, but I think that's what I would probably do, and I kind of did that a few years ago, and it didn't really work out for me because I got spun out coming into the pit lane, but you never really know.
Bam Bam was pulling to the inside to try and let his tyres cool down a bit, because he's running too close to the car in front. He's had to drop back to just cool the car down. 24 laps gone. 31 on the clock, not long to go now as the race starts to heat up, but unfortunately no close battles.
No, the closest person on track right now is Talon, 3.2 seconds behind iRoll. iRoll's got a bunch of penalties if I remember correctly, at least a couple.
I'm trying to think, has iRoll actually stopped? He has.
Yeah, he's done 21 laps on those hard tires.
That could end in tears because the gap is coming down dramatically. Oh, just before we do continue on with the final part of the race, I work at a hotel, okay? And my hotel is slap bang in the middle of Motorsport Valley in the UK. And a gentleman came in to check into his room as always. I can't say his name or anything, but he happened to be a member of the Renault Formula 1 team. Not a driver, an engineer.
That's very nice.
Yeah. So obviously I kissed the ground behind him that he was walking because he's a god and creates racing cars.
Absolutely.
Speaking of gods that create racing cars, Talon and Iron are getting close together.
Yeah, he's really closing in that gap. He was more than 2 seconds behind on the last lap, and now he's just 1.6 seconds behind. So in another couple of laps, or in a lap or so, he might be within DRS.
He can see his target, and that always makes him go faster. The Alpha Sauber car getting close to the Ferrari. To the LaFerrari in front.
He is having a little bit of trouble keeping the back, though. It's stepping out on some of those corners.
Look at how much more grip through this section Talon has than I will. Be good in the pit lane as well. More damage on the Mercedes, I believe.
And Talon is now within DRS. As long as he can keep that going until the end of that lap, he'll get DRS in on that first straight.
And now we can hear Talon singing the Jaws theme tune in his helmet. Da-da, 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 da-da. He's close. He's telling. Talon's got his helmet out, and Iroll can only do is roll his way through the corners. The Jaws theme tune is going to help Talon this time round. He's within 2 tenths there. He's going wide though at the final corner. He had to lift off, he would have spat out.
That was super close there, but good hold.
Yeah, going to be so close together coming onto the DRS straight. What will happen now? Will it be Talon? Will it be Iroll that leads the cars into the second sector of the lap? It looks to be the outside line, which is going to turn to the inside line for the corner. Is Iroll going to give up? Oh, flaming champions between these two. They're pushing wide. We've seen this before with Talon. Talon was the one on the inside and he's learned from earlier experience. But guess who's closing up now due to this battle? It's Zandamar! He said it was coming.
You really want to see retaliation for that, don't you?
No, I know these guys. They've raced for a long time. I just want to see if Zandamar's going to be as harsh as maybe he has been in the past. The thing is, Zandamar last season was driving the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he's within 3 seconds now. I can actually see him as they come around the corners now, so very, very close.
Iroll is really not helping Talon. Talon will be shouting, "Give me a break, man!" The Canadian driver versus the American driver. Talon's claws are poised to take a chunk out of that Ferrari. The Ferrari's got no pace coming out of the corners.
He runs wide again.
Pardon me.
He really needs to get that corner, that last corner right, and then he'll be so much closer. But Joe Breezy gets a 3-second penalty.
Talon is looking to dive bomb now. He's choosing inopportune places to challenge the dive bombs, but that is losing him time. 1.6 seconds is the gap behind to Zandamar. DRS is going to open now. Talon has to get through, and he has to fly away because Zandamar's there. This time he looks for Iroll on the brakes, though he's going to try and stay there. Still great respect between these two drivers, and madness is going to continue as they get closer and closer. And Zandamar's back in the fray to come play. He's under a second now between these three drivers, and this is in for the lead.
Absolutely, and in the meantime as well, we've got Go-To Guy who's closing in right now, and Kev Berge is only 0.7 of a second behind, or 0.6 now, so he's closing in on them fast as well.
Eyes front for Talon. He has to keep his eyes on the Ferrari. Forget about the half behind him. Ironically, this is all the 3 Ferrari-powered teams in this one shot. Goff Van Hoist dropping behind Van Bam with all his penalties. He's going to be behind there anyway. And Iroll is acting as a safety car. He's got a proper truly train starting to form behind him. There we go, minus in my age there, showing about truly trains.
Wow, these 3 are absolutely like back to back, just almost touching each other.
Talon's going wide. Xander knew how to counteract the lack of downforce there by lifting off. He goes into the normal clean air, trying to cool down his car. He knows that this is going to end in tears, or an amazing move from one of these drivers is going to get through. We might see 3 wide here in Singapore. So we'll see next contact, and they round. Damage there on Talon's car from Iroll. Did Iroll lose it? What happened there? I think Iroll lost the rear end coming into the corner. Talon hit him, and that's just spoiled the battle there.
And Talon has damage now. He's missing an end plate. All
damage on the side of the Alfa Sauber from contact with the Ferrari.
Xander going on the inside trying to get around Iroll.
And Talon's been brought back, but he has damage. He's going to be driving a wounded car. And Iroll is really doing his normal controversial stuff and getting in the way. He's weaving all over the track, and the drivers are going to be really, really wound up with seeing this Ferrari there. Surely you can't be keep doing this. And through goes the Canadian.
No, he doesn't!
Bumping him everywhere. 32 yellow flags. Bam, bam. No, it's Joe Breezy. That was Joe Breezy.
No!
Joe Breezy's going slow.
He's got a little bit of damage. He's just missing an end plate on one side. I think he spun out because these tires must be dead. He's done 22 laps on them.
It affect his car. And Zandamar is now going to try and get past Iroll once more. Leader in peril. Now into turn 1 comes Zandamar. He's trying to get through on Iroll, and Talon's trying to think, God's sake, I want to have a shot at Iroll too.
This is all kicking off towards the end of the race here.
Remember, the top 2 still both have the top 2 have 3 second time penalties each. Now to the inside line comes Zandamar. Doff and Hoyt with more penalties. Zandamar more aggressive on the brakes though, and younger tyres is doing his better job there. And Talon's thinking, right, well now I'm going to get through, so I can have a try at Zandamar.
Holy, this is getting very, very interesting. In the meantime, Seafreeze is gaining on Joe Breezy now as well. They have a 5-lap difference on their tire wear. So, as I was saying before, you know, this could turn in the last second. We've only got a couple of laps to go. And, yeah, I mean, I have no idea what to expect anymore.
I think Joe Breezy is going to have to try and stay in front. Remember, out of the top 2, it's whoever finishes in front. Even with their penalties, it's whoever finishes in front, because they have the same amount of penalties here at Singapore. Not long to go though here for any of the drivers. Fatigue is setting in. Bam Bam been passed by Dom. Kev Berge now trying to fight back on Iroll, but that ain't going to happen either.
Seafreeze is now within 4.1 seconds. He was 8 seconds behind just a lap ago.
Talon is trying to get closer to Iroll, but with the damage, it's really struggling. The Quebecian in front is really doing his best job. Captain Quebec in front of the winged Talon himself. What can happen as DRS opens once more on the Alfa Sauber? Iroll going one way, Iroll going the next way, weaving across the track. That's really quite poor from Iroll to the inside line. He considers it, but he has not got enough downforce to decide above doing that.
And Seafreeze is now within 2.7 seconds of Joe Breezy. Breezy must be really struggling.
One lap shootout. Come on. Give me the 1 lap shootout I've wanted for years.
This is absolutely mad race. Like,
is Joe Breezy gonna get close to puncture?
I'm really not sure because I can't really see, unfortunately, Cyreware, but he's done 24 laps, going on his 25th right now on these tires.
They're close, 1.6.
Seafreeze, oh my goodness.
drivers on worn tyres are in serious trouble here in Singapore. And drivers like Iroll, he's driving an amazing race, but he has damaged the car. I wonder if that's going to go to the stewards because he lost the rear end. But within a second, almost, it is now within a second.
Oh my goodness!
The race win is within his touch of Seafreeze. He wants this, reigning champion. He's close. It's who we are. It's Joe Breezy. Joe Breezy, previous champion of TCR.
And now Joe Breezy is gonna push the car. He's gonna have to push it a little bit more, and I don't know how those tires are gonna respond to that.
He's got to drive a fair race here. He's still got another lap to go.
Seafreeze locks up a little bit, but he's still good.
Stop. The McLaren screaming, please, I can't take anymore. And Seafreeze looking to the outside line. He's going to have no choice. He is past. Joe Breezy on the brakes though. There's going to be contact with not Kevin. He's on the marbles. And Joe Breezy is dropped down to P2.
On the last lap, coming into the first corner, Seafreeze.
It's okay, because Seafreeze is struggling too. But he's got the boost. I think the race is gone. And Joe Breezy, there'll be tears in the McLaren camp. What can Toro Rosso do? Are they going to stay there? What drama?
This was absolutely crazy. Just like we predicted, the tires just went off right before the end of the race in the most crucial part.
What great theatre here tonight. In this amphitheatre of power that Singapore has created. Kev Burgee looking to the inside line and go-to guy. He can try. Only one that remains. Talon is still behind Iroll, and he's had enough of this. Second to yellow flags, Doff is out on the
Doff has retired.
He will be classified P12, I believe. Oh, he's in the wall. Bam Bam having to struggle to get his car through there. He uses the rear end. Mercedes have B good into the wall as well.
Is Talon gonna go for a desperate dive here on the last lap?
He's fighting that car so heavily, this Talon.
In the meantime, though, we have Seafreeze coming around the last couple of quarters. He's gonna cross the line and win this race. He crossed. I mean, he got past Joe Breezy just on the last lap, literally first corner of the last lap.
I think Joe Breezy is happy nonetheless. Dougie Falcon's going to finish in P3. Kev Burgee wants to have P4, but I don't know if he's going to have it from good old go-to guy. No, we're all weaving and frame rate dies because of the fireworks. And he crossed the line. It is going to be P5, but who is going to be P8? Is Talon going to have enough in that car? I don't think so, but I think that will go to the stewards and what happened between Iroll and Talon, to be completely honest.
Yeah, and Talon has now slowed down as well. He's dropped back to 0.7. In the meantime, we have Fatal crossing the line in 6th place. Zandermar is now 22 seconds behind him, so it's going to be a little bit until he crosses the line here as well. But I think he's going to stay 7th with the amount of penalties Iroll has, but that's going to be interesting to see where Iroll is going to end up.
If you recall, Seafreeze qualified, I think, 6th at the start of this race. And I said qualifying was not everything here in TCR. And the battle comes to a close at the back of the field as Iroll does beat out Talon, and that... I think he needs to lay down now.
Wow, that was one hell of a race. I'm surprised we didn't have any virtual safety cars or any safety cars either.
There we go, the bus bag's in 3rd.
Alright, there we go. We've got your finishers there. Seafreeze, Joe Breezy, and Dougie. This was one hell of a race with tires playing a factor, with people having moments and touching walls and spinning each other out.
Crikey O'Reilly, what on earth were they doing today?
Well, it's going to be very interesting to hear from the drivers and the post-race commentary here. So We should start inviting those people. But yeah, just looking at the finishing here, Seafreeze in first place, Joe Breezy in second, Dougie in third, Go-To Guy finishes fourth. We have Kev Berge in fifth, Fatal in sixth, Zandermar in seventh. We had Be Good retired, but he ended up having 9 different penalties. iRoll ends up 8th after his 3 penalties as well. Talon ends up 9th after his 3 penalties. Bam Bam finishes out the points finishers here in 10th position. He also had 3 penalties to his name. And then we have Doth in 12th, Kyochin in 13th, and we had a few DNFs in this race tonight.
Well, we'll go through all of that in a moment. I have just sent a couple of invites out to the top 3. I'll just get the invites Dougie done. I believe we're just bringing in the top 3, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, we can bring in the top 3 or anybody else who wants to talk about what happened. Maybe Talon.
In the old days, we didn't used to do this.
And maybe Zandermar.
Oh, that would be heated. I think Talon wants to have a conversation with iRoll first. There might be
Yeah, I think we might want to leave that one out of this one. But in the meantime, Seafreeze, we've got the race winner with us. Any reactions after that one?
No. I don't know. I'm not even going to take any credit. This was all Breezy's win. This was his win. I don't know what had happened. I have no idea what happened, but he deserved the win, so if I did get a trophy, I'd give it to him. But we don't do the trophies, but I do give it to you. You just gotta be lucky, I guess. You never know what's gonna happen, but I guess it's a nice birthday present.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Breezy. I appreciate it. I'll get you next time. I'll send you a Christmas card. How about it?
That's actually really what happened. It was his birthday. I had to give it to him.
But I'm not getting any credit. I drove a decent race and it was nice, but that's all Breezy. I give it all to him, so he had a nice race, regardless.
Alright, well, coming on to Breezy then, what happened? And yeah, like, just tell us, how did you end up losing that much time there?
Well, I was coming through the hairpin and the rear end touched the wall. That's basically it. It spun me around in a weird position, and I ended up tapping the wall, trying to spin the car around. So I tapped the wall. It gave me orange damage. I might have been able to pull it out if it was lighter damage, or if I would have just reversed back a little further. It is what it is. The game kind of screwed me as well because my strategy was to go soft, medium, and the game decided it wanted me on hards. So that too also sucked.
Absolutely. And I mean, what was your tire wear at towards the end of the race there? We were wondering.
It was only 65%, but at this track, anything above like 46%, you start to lose a decent bit of time on any tire, really. So I think I was doing pretty well on the hards, even though I've never practiced on them. But they got a little bit worn, and I came through the hairpin weird, and I came up on the curb and just tapped my rear end on it, and it spun me around. So.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself because, you know, as C3 said, you really drove a great race here today. It was really fun watching you driving around as well. So, yeah, I mean, second place is really great, man. Congratulations.
Yep, thanks. I'm good with it.
All right, who else do we have? Dougie?
Hi.
All right, congratulations on third place, man. Tell us about your race.
There's nothing much to say. That's about it. Actually, had an okay-ish start, but my second phase of my start was a bit iffy. So C3's got past me in turn 1, and then Kersey got past me in turn 3. And I think I had a slight contact with Kersey. I think he slightly cut across me, and I think he hit the one, lost his front wing. And other than that, it was pretty boring. Not much happened, and I was just on my own for 27 and 28 laps. I didn't notice that Joe Breezy made an error, because I saw him like 15 seconds up the road, well, 20 seconds up the road from me, and 10 seconds up Seafreeze. And I was like, oh, well, it's basically gonna be a time trial event, just driving around. So it kind of surprised me that he lost the position. So it's such a shame for him. But other than that, yeah, nothing happened.
All right, JB, did you wanna ask any questions there?
I mean, I want to ask Seafreeze why he bothered to invite me back. I mean, didn't he learn from last season?
You know what it is, JB? I think, when you come, to commentate, I put on my my green underwear this time. So,
when I come to commentate, Talon never has a good race.
And I always do, so I like having you back, but I don't know, but I can't wait to see the race afterwards. I will just want to point one thing out. Regardless of the finishing order, the top 4 is in contention of the title, and I think each week as we go throughout the season, depending on the track and every other circumstances, I think you'll see the same faces battling. I think it was the top 4 in the championship was also top 4, so to me that's quite cool. And I think that'll set up for a really nice race, because you had the top 2, 3rd and 4th in the championship finish 1-2, and then the 1st and 2nd finish 3rd, 4th, I think. So it's going to be like this all year, I think. So I'm looking forward for the battle. That's all I'll say. And next week going to Britain, I love Britain, so it'll be fun racing with these guys.
You better love that track.
Yeah, Silverstone.
You're here. No,
Silverstone should be really, really fun, and it's a really nice track. There's a lot of overtaking possibilities there.
So it's where me and Dougie live, so
Yes.
And I just want to say one more thing. Thanks for whoever's watching. I don't know who's watching, if anyone's watching, and to the drivers and everyone. Thanks for because this is a rescheduled race, so I don't know. PSN was having issues last week, but I think we were all able to reschedule. So thanks for all that, and hopefully that doesn't happen too many more times this season. So we're off to Britain.
All right, well, thanks again for the top 3. Congratulations, all of you. JB, thank you again for joining me for commentary. I really enjoyed your help and your banter today. It was great. And yeah, we'll see everybody back at Silverstone on Tuesday of next week for Silver Class. 8 p.m. as always, or 8:15 p.m. usually. So yeah, thanks again for watching, everyone. Seafreeze and the league, thank you again for letting me commentate, and yeah, have a great night, everyone.